welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. We got Randy, Alex, Corey, Jaimen, and our special guest this week, Jason Lasasso. Got some stuff to talk about. We got SkipAce. I got some last week in disc golf, but I need to know, Alex versus Corey in Team Challenge?
A whole day of it, too. We literally spent the entire day together.
So it was Jer Lehman's Garage versus Chatham Hill Country Club. Where was this?
We were playing at Prospect in Troy.
Okay, so I don't feel so bad, because if I had known that you guys were going to go head-to-head, I might have been like, I need to film that. But I don't know if I'd drive to Troy, New York to do that. So who wants to start?
Go for it, Alec. You take the morning, I'll take the afternoon.
Sounds like a plan. So a lot of people out on both sides. We ended up, I think we were 14-2 and they were 13-3. And because they have Caitlin Clay, who is better than probably 80 to 90% of our team.
Go, Caitlin.
Yeah, just ended up playing Caitlin against one of our guys. And I think she won both rounds. She at least won one round.
So that's why she got 1.5 points?
Yeah, she did win both rounds.
I guess that was the whole thing, too. Jason might be able to correct anything I misspeak, but since it's a neutral match, the minimum requirement of players is more lax. But also, there's a rule that if a female plays against a male, they automatically get a 0.5 point penalty added to their score. Am I good so far, Jason?
Except the first part. There's a huge difference between New York Team Challenge and New England. So in New England, you have a minimum of, I think it's, I don't know what it is, 11-2?
It's 18 total, 2 of which must be girls.
Okay, but then you can have up to like 20-something men, right?
You can have as many ladies as you want, as many guys as you want, up to 25 total.
Right. So New England has a minimum, and then you can have some extras in there as alternates. For New York, the charter's written basically like a sports team, like a soccer team or a basketball team, where there's a roster of 18. So there's no minimum. That's just the roster. And the goal there was to limit having extra players, one team coming really heavy, and then having a lot of people sit. And so far, it's worked really well. But for the neutral match, because there's so much going on with New England and New York, it was decided, I think last year, that they would reduce the penalties for neutral matches so that you don't get penalized for not having a full team. And so you only get penalized if you have less than 11-2. There's a total separate penalty. I shouldn't say it's penalty. It's almost like a bonus. But if a woman plays a man, they get a 0.5 point bonus. And that's to incentivize playing women because there's only 3 spots. They typically get benched the most. I know having, Jess on our team in previous years, she would get benched a ton because she's got a 1 in 3 shot of, out of all the women on her team in the past, where if you're a guy, you have a 1 out of 15 shot. So the chances of you getting benched are more diluted. And then also if you're a captain and you have an extra player and one's a woman and one's a man, there's very little incentive to play the woman if you don't think they're going to beat a man. So that kind of helps to level the playing field. And there is like situations where you have like Kate Clay where there's probably a better shot that she's going to beat a guy. But at the same time, it kind of equalizes everything else out with women and men. So there's 2 separate penalties. There's actually 3. There's the third one's for like if you have less people the second round than the first. But those are the 3 penalties. There was some conversation between Chatham Hill Country Club and J Park about the rules. Some people had taken the way it was written as 11-2 as a minimum, and then they didn't feel that the guy-gal matchup bonus should apply, which I disagree with, but there was some conversation about it.
Yeah, a lot of that was basically, we looked at our matchup and we're like, it feels like we were getting punished is not the right word, but it felt bad for us specifically because of this matchup where we've got Kate Clay, who's going to beat most of our team, whoever she gets ended up paired up against, she's got a good chance of beating. And it just felt bad. And I had let that kind of go through instead of, looking at the rules as they are and as what they're meant for, and just saw they're getting a bonus and they're getting a probable win here. And it feels really bad. And that's not really the way you're supposed to look at rules. You can't just say this feels bad and argue that it's wrong. So yeah, I was definitely looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't say Kate Clay is kind of like the exception. I think most of the women that we try to encourage to play Team Challenge are, more amateur level. They're not playing FPO.
I mean, not top 3 rated in the state of New York, female player Caitlin Clay?
Not, winning A tiers in FPO.
On Disc Golf Network coverage?
Yeah,
Go, Caitlin.
There's an exception there, so I get where like it kind of feels like a little more penalizing than it should. But that's the way the rules are. They're like written for the majority of players, and I think I like the way they're written. But I understand that if your team is
after taking a step back, it feels much more reasonable. It just felt bad in the moment. That's all.
I personally would have liked it better for us if it was like during finals. But
if it makes you feel any better, Alex, we had the same thing happen to us when we played J Park a few years ago too.
Yeah.
KP, one of our guys, so it happens.
First up, they were going to beat us anyway, almost definitely, and it didn't end up mattering because this was the battle of the 1 in 5s. It wasn't going to have an effect on playoffs anytime soon.
That's a good point. Was this a planned thing, or was it organic? Did one of you guys want to go up against the other, or was there anything like that?
The one other thing is there was also a lot of like back and forth throughout the entire season that I understand because I'm not a captain between the captains as far as like time and place and blah, 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 when was going to happen. And then when the day finally comes around, not a single captain from either team actually played in the match.
Hey, I'm a captain. That counts.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. We didn't have Mark Ox, and then on our team, we didn't have Alex or Harry. So for the J Park Wrenches, Brian stepped up and basically was interim captain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he had kind of floated towards me or joked about it that like, oh, yeah, a Hudson Valley Disc Golf podcast card would be pretty interesting if it was you and Alex. So did it happen organically? I doubt it.
It happened semi-organically. So, like, we didn't have an agreement that it was going to happen, but as it started getting down towards the end, it made sense for me to throw myself when you had Corey and Brian left. It was myself and Kyle on our side, and it was my throw, and you had Corey and Brian on your side. So it made sense for me to throw myself, and then we knew Brian was sort of leaning towards it already, so he ended up throwing you in response. In the afternoon, it was a little bit of a different story, so we'll get to that when that happens.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been trying to say this all year, and no one's believing me. I'm out here playing their top guy again. I just always playing the top guy. Alex, would you consider you as a top guy on the roster that on paper that day if people showed up?
That day, looking at the
I wouldn't
results,
call Alex the top pots on the team. That's all I'm saying.
If you go exclusively by rating, I was the highest rated person on our team.
Top guy that day.
But Chad Mendraisa played incredibly well. Kevin Wynn played incredibly well. He beat Matt Cully 3-2, which, like, Kevin's a good player, but I think of him as more of a bomber player, and Prospect is not a bomber course. And Matt Cully is definitely more of a woods player, and he took him down 3-2, so that was super impressive. But yeah, if you go by ratings, yes, I was the top player on the country club. And the other matchup that people were looking forward to was we had my mom on our team, Mindy Potts, and my sister was on the other team, Del Potts. So I had first throw in singles. So I just started off and put out my mom and figured Brian would either go for it or try and split it up or whatever. And he ended up going for it. So we had the Potts matchup in round 1. And then that was a ladies card. It wasn't Corey and I on that card. But yeah, it was still a good setup.
It's the only reason I didn't film it. If that was the card, forget it.
I think my mom would not have been as happy with that just because of that round exclusively. Speaking of, I have a statement to read at the end, but so going down the list, it seemed like we had some good matchups going in. It looks like 4 matches were 1-1 up. So if all of those went the other way, then we could be looking at, pretty much a tie score going into doubles, but that's how it goes sometimes. Ended up 12.5-4 at the end of round 1. So as far as the round itself, I really appreciated Corey taking a couple of rough holes at the beginning to keep me in the game to start. I was struggling a bit at some of the shorter ones in the very beginning, tight woods, that sort of thing, not really my game. But, we were pretty even pretty much the entire match through. As we started to get towards the end, though, I was really struggling off the tee, and I gave myself probably 6 or 7 outside circle 1, potentially even outside circle 2 putts. Out of the last 10 holes, I probably had 6 of those, and I think I made 5 of them, if I'm remembering correctly. So that was really good. That was really keeping me in the game, because otherwise Corey would have been running away with it.
Alex is completely bullshitting right now. I spent that entire round fighting for my life because Alex, yes, was he struggling off the tee? Yes. Was I struggling off the tee? Not as much. But like the difference was I kept giving myself 25 footers and couldn't make them. And Alex was banging everything in from 65, like from 65 and shorter. So every time like, oh, Alex shanked another one. There should be an easy point. No, he drained the putt from like some ridiculous position. And then all the way to the point to where I think it's like 14 is like one of the tight holes at Prospect. And I'm like, I'm just going to play it safe. Like Alex said, he was struggling to get off the tee pad. That's definitely one that is like, if you don't get off the tee clean, you're almost an instant bogeyville. So I take this cheater hyzer line that at worst gives me a par. I take the cheater line. It works out for me. I get most of it down the fairway. Alex doesn't get off the tee that well. He's like on the left side in the woods. And he somehow scrambles and drains a big putt. So then we go to 15. And I think, let's see, after 9, I was 1 up. Then I was 2 up after 10.
I think at 15, I was either back 1 or we were even.
Yeah, back 1 is from my research.
So it was up 1, then we were even. Then I was down 1.
Because Brian Bickersmith says Alex nailed a 60-footer on 15 for birdie to stay alive, and then a 70-footer for eagle to go up 1.
Okay, yeah. So no, we literally were going back and forth. Like I got 1 on 3, you got it back on 4, and then you got 1 on 8, so I was back 1. I got 1 on 10. And then, okay, so 15, I almost kind of parked the hole. Alex has like a 30-footer. He hits the 30-footer, and I make my putt, so we push. We get to 16, which is a short par 4, and I throw basically as far as I can. I'm probably 80-footer for eagle. Alex throws as far as he can. He's pin high right side. He probably has a 70-footer for eagle. I kind of give a soft bid, park it for a tap and birdie. Alex freaking drains an 80-footer out of nowhere to eagle the hole and get one on me. So now we have 2 holes left and I'm back 1. Meanwhile, the whole time I've been joking that I just wanted to like draft Alex for 299 laps and pass him when the white flag comes out and take the checkered flag. And meanwhile, he's doing the same thing to me. So we get the hole 17. It's like a downhill 350-ish shot. Same thing. Alex puts it to like 60 feet. So I already feel like he's going to make it. He misses his putt. I have a 35-footer. I drain my stepper.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
And that got it back to even. So now we're on hole 18, literally tied. And I thought that it was going to be another stupid push because I can't get any wins this season except for 1. So since I took the last hole, I was up first. I was kind of back and forth between shots because hole 18 is like huge rollaway potential at Prospect. I just try to throw a low-ish fairway driver. Hopefully it hits the hill and sticks, which it did.
I'm actually watching it from Brian Bickersmith's Instagram page.
Yeah, so I didn't know Brian was like filming it.
Yeah.
He asked if he could film, didn't he?
Oh, maybe he didn't. I was just so in the zone.
Yeah, you were focused on the match. That's all.
I was waiting for Alex to raptor leg it, but he missed the putt.
Well, that's the thing too. Like Alex, he puts it at the base of the hill, which is like a, just, I don't know, 50 to 75 footer, depending where you are. Yours are probably more like 70. And I still wasn't comfortable that I was going to even push the hole because Alex was just draining 70 footers all day. And even that putt that he made, like from where I was standing, looked like it had a strong chance of going in.
It looked good, yeah. And you got a downhill putt, so it's not it should be. But you just talked about last week missing an 8-footer. So.
Yeah. Well, believe me, it was still very fresh in my mind as I had like probably, I don't know, a 12-ish footer, pretty downhill, like pretty easy to miss those. It could happen. You can see it, hitting the band or.
Well, the band I was going to say is the most likely because you're going downhill. So absolutely, yeah. Especially to win a match.
The one thing I didn't notice in that video at the end, so the video that is being referenced is Brian Bickersmith made a reel of like the last hole. Check out his Instagram. But I gave Alex the finger guns at the end. I didn't notice that at first. But no, it was fun. Yeah, it was. I don't get to play with Alex that often. So, and it was a tight match the entire way.
Do you guys play against each other often? Or how often would you say this happens?
Not really. Like we've played a couple of times. I think the last time we played was practice rounds for Warwick.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like, I don't think we played at all during the tournament. And like, we might have played in the same car together at like Stony Kill Dubs when I've gone. But it's not very often. I play a lot of tournaments. Alex doesn't. Or not nearly as many.
And a lot of the times I'm playing MA1 and he's playing MPO.
Oh, yeah, I guess more recently.
Every tournament within a 30-minute radius, so.
I'm stretching it out a little bit. And speaking of, first up, I know Jaimen's tournament. The flex start went up about 2 hours ago at this point. And then the other one is Brewster Ridge Open went up for whole sponsors at 8 o'clock. I don't know exactly how many slots they're going to have open, but I'm highly considering paying the event sponsorship fee to make sure I get into that one.
In what division?
MA1.
It says 44 total spots. It's at 7.
Yeah, 7 registrants, 44 total spots, but everybody gets to register tomorrow. So,
better be ready.
It's always stressful looking at that. But I've got a full 24 hours to make a decision on that one.
Now, Alex, did you say the score between your mom and your sister, that's not representative of your mom's game?
No. The name of the game pretty much all day was rollaways. There were a ton of rollaways on our card. There were a ton of rollaways in doubles. And that definitely got her in singles for this round. So when they play stroke play, my mom still got a couple of strokes on Dell. But today it just ended up working out where Dell took the match 5-4.
So when you guys do team challenge at a neutral match, at Prospect, what do they have as far as, is there stewards nearby? Is there anything? What do you do for lunch, or do you bring your own?
We brought Uncrustables because that's what you do for team challenge.
A tier.
Yep. I think there is a stewards nearby, but there's also, you're pretty much right in the middle of Troy. So with a little bit of planning ahead, you could get pretty much whatever food you wanted for lunch there. But yeah, I think stewards was a popular option, and bring your own food.
I brought PB&Js, but handmade and with the crust still on them.
Oh, you brought Crustables.
and
Crustables,
a couple PBRs, yeah.
All right. So like you had already said, it was 12.5 for after singles. What about dubs?
So looking at doubles, I'll just go through matchups quick, and then I'll let Corey take over for the match itself. It sort of ended up with the same setup, at least between Corey and I. It got towards the end, and I was one of the last teams, and Corey was one of the last teams to be thrown out. This time Corey got thrown first, though, and I decided I wanted the salty run back because I felt like I could beat him, but couldn't quite get there in doubles to spoil things, because I always do that. But yeah, looking at those, I switched up a lot of things from what my initial plan was for doubles, because of, Kevin Wynn was playing super well, Chad Mendrasa was playing super well, so I was able to switch up those pairings a little bit. They ended up getting the points for us, but that was pretty much the only points we got that day, unfortunately.
So what about the match, Corey?
So yeah, I played with a guy on our team that's new, Ian Doughton. I don't know how long he's been playing for. This is his first year of playing Team Challenge. So Ian and myself played against Alex Potts and Ryan Martin. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I spent the whole day with Alex. Ryan's cool. He's also a fellow car guy, so we were able to have some dude talk while we were playing.
Talking cars and motorcycles.
Cars and motorcycles. Yeah, but the thing that struck me, and this is not surprising at all, is how quick the day was going. By the time we did doubles, it was super early.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. We absolutely flew through the first round. Everybody started getting lunch pretty quick, did matchups real early. I think we were done with doubles by 2.
I'm pretty sure I was home well before 2:30. I left the park before 2 o'clock.
Yeah, which is pretty much unheard of for something like this. And part of it was Jay Gorsage put the doubles round on UDisc, so we didn't have to wait for people to come in. We could just check the UDisc and mark down the scores there. So that definitely helped things go a little bit quicker. But, Prospect's a pretty short course, and we all seem to be playing it pretty quickly. But yeah, normally I'd expect to be done with Team Challenge on average 4 o'clock. And we were a full 2 hours ahead of that, which is really fast.
A lot of people had gone and played another round. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of people. Some people, like the Justin Muccellis, had gone out and played a whole nother round somewhere else. I think he might have went to Blatnick or something like that, which is a whole lot of other steps to add onto your day.
Yeah. I feel like with Justin, though, if he only plays 3 rounds in a day, he feels like he hasn't played enough.
Oh, it's like having a puppy and not taking him to the dog park multiple times a day to get the energy out. He's going to be at home with restless legs.
Wait till you hear about his Sunday.
No, well, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, that was the other thing is, as we were doing lunch, I'm looking at hole 18's basket because we've got the pavilion right there. And I'm just seeing discs just pile up near the basket. And it's Justin just emptying his entire bag at it.
Which he does use one of those, are they a shift bag, which only holds maybe about 15 discs or 12 discs or whatever. But still, yeah, he was yard sailing it around the basket.
Speaking of, I switched to a shift. I don't know if anyone's familiar. I used to carry around the sling bag. An Infant Discs sling bag carries 10 discs. I started doing it in the summer because I was tired of carrying around so many discs that I just never threw. And, it made me tired in the summer and just stuck with it. But I finally got to the point where I'm like, okay, I need just a little bit more space. I need somewhere to put a hoodie, need something there. So I switched to a shift, and I'm liking that so far.
Need the space.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, so doubles went out. Alex, unfortunately used as much of his energy as he could in singles. His putting from 1,000 feet away from the basket wasn't as on point as it was in the morning.
Yeah, I was doing all right, but I wasn't on the same level as round one for sure.
Yeah, so I think Ian and we took an early lead and then kind of gave it back. I think after 9 holes we were probably up 1, and then the back 9 we just we didn't have to do anything too crazy. We only beat Alex and Ryan by 2 strokes, I believe. We were basically up 1 or 2 throughout the entire time.
Yeah, we had a chance on 16, which is that short par 4 that Corey was talking about in round 1.
Oh, yeah.
I put us to about 60 feet. We both missed the putt. And then we've got, a 10-footer as the comebacker. And I don't know what happened. Both of us were not taking it seriously enough. But we were back 2 strokes. And then we both missed our birdie putt from 10 feet. So we were back 3 with 2 holes left. And that really killed us. We were already feeling like we were pretty much out of it because we knew Corey and Ian weren't going to make it easy on us to get the last 2. And they didn't. But yeah, that was really the killer. We both missed that stupid 10-footer that we easily, either of us would have been super disappointed to miss if we were playing singles, and even more disappointed to miss because we were playing doubles for it.
Yeah, we were pretty surprised when we saw both you guys doink it, but also Alex failed to mention about when he was lining up his putt for eagle from 60 feet is about the time when Greg Kurtz finished his round and was driving his Jeep back to Tournament Central because he played the back 9 first. We drove over there, and he parked his Jeep in the driveway right in line with Alex in the basket and just rolled the window down, stared at him, and started blasting the radio as Alex was trying to putt, which I totally would have gave you a redo on that. I don't know if I mentioned anything at the time, but
I wouldn't have putted if I didn't feel comfortable.
It was kind of funny. It's like Greg just being a dickhead, but it was also Greg, so
a good-natured dickhead.
Yeah. But yeah, so we finished. Like I said, Ian and I beat Alex 8 down to 6 down, 48 to 50, and those weren't even close to like the hottest rounds. Like Alex was saying, Chadman drives up, popped off. Him and Kyle Moore went 12 down. There was a couple, 11 downs and 12 down on our team. Overall, pretty solid shooting.
Yeah, no, really good scores to look at doubles, but just couldn't quite string them all together, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like Chad and Kyle needed that 40-40. They only won by a stroke.
There was a lot of that talk, like, oh, we shot, XX under par, and we still got beat.
Yeah, there's a 44-45, 45-46, and 46-47. So yeah, a lot of tight ones there.
Yeah, almost, but that's how it goes.
But your mom got her revenge in the second round.
Yeah, was able to get the revenge in the second round. Yeah, playing stroke play, it was a little less punishing to get a couple of strokes as opposed to one hole is one hole in match play. But I guess now is probably a pretty good time to read the statement that I was given.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so my mom sent me this to read on the podcast.
Hang on, wait. I'm not ready yet. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. This is very formal, so I will try to do it the justice it deserves. All right. The party of the first pots acknowledges the party of the second pots, is relatively new to the sport of disc golf, and has been steadily working on her disc golf game, and had nothing to lose during Saturday's challenge. And furthermore, there is a dispute as to whether or not the party of the first pots was having a quote-unquote a tough day. Additionally, anecdotal evidence shows Prospect Park DGC to have an inordinate number of holes conducive to soul-crushing rollaways. Therefore, the party of the first pots, 1, admits to having her ass kicked fair and square by the party of the second pots during the New York Team Challenge match, but 2, officially doubts her Connect 4 crown can be taken by the party of the second pots. And finally, the party of the first pots couldn't be prouder. So that's nice.
Is that how the Potts family shows like appreciation for each other? Is it legal doctrine?
It started off where, because they knew I was going to be talking about it on the podcast, they were both kind of talking about it and being like, well, we want to be able to have our side represented here. So it eventually devolved into talking about statements, and then eventually she ended up just putting it together like that.
That's awesome. So what final score? Draw Lehman's Garage took it 23-10. So what does that give you guys? 2 wins?
2 wins, yep. And that's the same number of wins I have in singles all year.
It seems like any time that you won, you'd win overall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did I mess that up?
I know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if you're saying it's all my fault that we've lost, or it's because of me that we've won, which I guess is saying the same thing.
Yeah,
possibly.
just one is more positive. Yeah, so that puts them at 2-5. We're at 1-6. Tower Power at 0-7, I think. And I'm trying to find the rest of the standings, but I think it's a pretty clear cut finals. I don't think anyone missed out on breakers, if I remember correctly.
So the other match that is not Mind Kill was CPS and Saratoga. Does anybody have any info on that one?
Just the scores.
Oh, wait, it was a neutral match, right? They played at Heiser Creek?
They played at Heiser Creek,
okay.
Yeah.
What were their records? Does anybody know going in? Was this like a potential playoff match?
Kind of, yeah. Based on Jason's little diner napkin sketch of the playoff.
Post-it note.
I'm trying to find it.
Which I'm literally updating all the stats right now, so I'm kind of quiet. I'll share it in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, just sent it in the group chat.
Oh, you did it like a bracket. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
A matrix?
All right.
Yeah, I think so. Saratoga was guaranteed in, but CPS needed to win in order to be in. I think that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, because I'm looking at if Saratoga wins and CPS loses, CPS is not in, but Saratoga is.
Right.
If CPS wins and Saratoga loses, they're both in. So yeah, basically just exactly what you said. CPS needs to win, and they're both in. CPS loses, only Saratoga's in. So after one, they were up 12.5 to 5.5. CPS was a lot of pushes.
Yeah.
There was definitely some matches there that I was a little, maybe not surprised at, but let's see, where's the board? There it is. Oh, and also notice the inclusion of the par in the board. That is something we need to normalize, even though it was Kyle Hurst that I heard it from. I guess I got to give credit where it's due. But then speaking of Kyle, I mean, Kyle's got to be one of their top guys on their team, and for him to only push Ryan Clare, which Ryan Clare is solid, especially when his putter's on, which is usual. I expected that to go in a different way.
Yeah, I will say Ryan has probably played Heiser more times than Kyle has played disc golf.
But Kyle just has all these cheater overhands that he used to steal my trophy at Heiser last year. But there was, I mean, like Tom Rascona winning 8-7 versus Charles Carpenter. That's kind of crazy.
Ass kicking.
For anyone to go against anybody and go 8-7 at Heiser, like a lot of shit can happen for any skill level of player.
Yeah, that means that you probably had 8 holes go your way, which is not always the case at Heiser. Are we making it sound attractive yet, Alex? Do you want to go there now?
Yeah, I do want to go, but yeah, finding the time to do it, because I think I was telling people at our match, I was talking to Brian, I think, and he said, I got to play. I'm like, I was gonna play April Showers, but that is the same weekend as Welcome to the Jungle, which I got signed up for.
Yep.
So instead of playing one day at Heiser, you'd rather go back and forth between Massachusetts for 3 days?
Well, there's the whole A tier versus C tier difference, which is a bit of an incentive towards the A tier. But I've been wanting to play Meadowbrook Orchards pretty much since I saw Simon play it on his vlog. So it's play a course on the list either way.
All right, well, you can still go play Heiser even like off tournaments. You go scratch it up for this.
There's a good pizza place on the way.
We'll get a Hudson Valley card together and go and play.
Yee.
Maybe that's where I'll challenge
Ryan Nelson.
Yeah.
So, like I said, 12.5 to 5.5. CPS had the lead, so they're looking good for making it 2 finals.
Being up 7 points is a really good number to be up, because they need to win, I think, 8 out of 9 in order to take it, or something like that, or 7 out of 9 in doubles, which is a lot of matches to try to win.
So if CPS wins, it looks like they knock Burbine out. They had already played their match, right? They had played Tower Power early in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They were the only teams that got their neutral out early, so they that weekend off. But yeah, they solely needed Saratoga to win.
So second round, down 7 points, and it looks like CPS just added to their lead, won that 12-6 for a total of 24.5 to 11.5. Unless anybody had anything they wanted to talk about the doubles match.
Just seeing some real hot scores going down. 13 down at Heiser sounds like a really good number.
Chris Dahl and Jimmy Whitaker, wow, they were the ones to do it too, huh?
Yeah.
Is that a good team challenge course, Heiser?
I mean,
no.
Yeah, playing-wise, yes. Season-wise, no.
Right.
It's like up in the mountains a little bit more, so it usually has snow until like almost the end of April. There's like the April showers generally has some snowbanks in play still.
But this year's been particularly mild, right? So probably not. Or
Oh,
still?
yeah. I don't think there's been any snow in March there yet.
So I will only say, I talked to Kyle Hirsch. He went up there and played before, and he said like every hole was still covered in snow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is crazy because I'm like, I ain't seen snow in weeks at my house.
Yeah, that is surprising. But yeah, that's very typical. Like the first few years I was playing, basically every April showers, I was like, I don't know if this tournament can happen. There's still snow up here. Then the week before it all melts. And
there's like a very small window of time that's actually pretty enjoyable playing at Heiser because you're either dealing with snow or just sopping wet ground or deer flies. That's like the big thing in the summer. It makes the course really hard to play is just the insects. But when it's like primo, like that fall season, like around Battle of Saratoga time when the leaves are changing and the bugs aren't really around so much, it's some of the best golf you could go play, I feel like, in the area.
Right. So it looks like CPS knocked Burbine out of the playoff picture. Both at 4-3, but Saratoga got him with points on the points percentage by just over 1 point.
Head-to-head.
Oh, you do head-to-head. Okay.
Yeah, with New York, head-to-head is first tiebreaker. With New England, it's points percentage first tiebreaker.
Which, by the way, I think I like the points percentage better. New England used to be head-to-head, and then when I learned this year they changed it, I was like, wow, that actually wish we did that too. But
yeah, because I think what ended up happening was like 99% of the time it'd be like a three-way tie where like each team has beaten one of the other two to make the head-to-head really complicated, and it would go to points percentage anyway. So
that and like the head-to-head really depends on your schedule. So like if you have two even match teams, whoever had the home match that season is going to get the nod to go to finals.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, they got him by less than 1.5 points if you went to points percentage. Either way, it did work out. But that's all to say there was still another match, and we got half of the team here. So we can...
So yeah, I'll cover that one. We had a neutral match between Wilcox Widowmakers and Minekill Whips. Two good teams coming to SPW. Conditions were a little muddy and wet, just as would be expected at SPW, maybe a little bit more than normal.
What went into the choosing SPW as the course?
We threw a lot out there, and, Wilcox really wanted southern courses, and we wanted northern courses, and that was just kind of in the middle.
All right.
And we both agreed that we weren't going to do J Park, because J Park's the obvious, neutral match in the middle, but we wanted to spice it up a little bit. And they also played SPW the week prior. So they felt like, hey, if we're going to play it 2 weeks in a row, maybe, even though it's not local to us, we'll have a good enough feel for it. They wanted to do white tees. We wanted to do blue tees. So we met in the middle and did this brewski layout, which is like mostly blues with some whites mixed in.
Both rounds?
Yeah. I would have definitely preferred the long tees. I think SPW is a pretty short course overall. Two teams like Wilcox and Minekill, the fact that we're playing shorter tees just doesn't make sense to me. But nonetheless, we agreed on it, and it was a very close match. After the first round, we were up 1 point, which really didn't mean anything because the way the numbers worked out, it was essentially tied. Going into the second round, either team had to win 4 of the 7 doubles to take the win. The matchups were pretty intense. I mean, everything was like very close. I had no kind of feeling for who was going to win or lose. Ended up coming in doubles, and they got that one extra match on us and beat us by 1 point overall. I kind of posted my team looking back. We had 7 instances where one putt, basically, 1 point would have changed the outcome of the match. So it was very close.
But 7 out of 21, that's right? 7 in the dubs and 14 in the singles?
Sounds right.
So a third of the matches.
Yeah. A third of the matches were within basically 1 point of giving us the win. We had 3 pushes round 1. So if any of those pushes went to a win, that would have put us in a tie, basically, for a playoff. And if any one of the matches that we lost by 1 point, that would also put us in a tie or win in some cases where there's a playoff. But so a really close match. I think Wilcox is a very tough team to beat. Gonna have a work cut out for us at finals. They went undefeated. We lost to CPS at CPS, which I think they got a little advantage there. So it'll be a little bit more neutral in finals. One thing this year with the charter is the seeding going into finals actually matters quite a bit. So the team that has the better seed gets to pick who throws out first, which is kind of a strategic advantage. And then also we eliminated the third round. So the two teams that are 1-1, whoever has the better seed is just going to get second, which for us being in third, that's really tough for us to go in and try to get second. We basically are shooting for first.
And now I see why you wanted points percentage to be the first tiebreaker. That's the difference between the second seed and the third seed.
I mean, yeah, there's that too. But I think naturally it makes more sense. But I do think that Mindkill, we had probably one of the toughest seasons. We played the three hardest teams that made finals, either at their home course or at a neutral. So similar like Jaimen was saying with the disc captains, we kind of had our work cut out for us.
But you could argue Wilcox has all the pressure on them, being undefeated.
True.
Yeah.
So how was your match?
My matches were great. Actually, I played somebody I'd never played before the first round. It was John Tamburino. Yeah. Yep. It was a fun card. And then round 2, I actually got to be partners with somebody I've never been partners with before, and that's Jaimen Hume.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. That's a strong team.
Yeah, we didn't have the hot round. We were like, I think 1 off. But, or no, actually the hot round was a 42. So we were
2 off?
Yeah. Wilcox came in and, we had assembled some pretty strong doubles pairs. And for them to shoot a 42, I don't think anybody could have beat that.
Well, that's Bart and Nick. I don't think they've ever played together before. Oh, if you were from down here, you would know that was a funny joke.
Yeah, I'm now well aware because they just crushed us. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I mean, Jaimen, we probably left a couple out there, but overall, I thought we did pretty good.
Yeah, no, I thought we played super well. I don't think we were pushing too hard, but we were definitely trying to keep the pedal down.
Yeah, I expected more out of Alden and Justin. But I think Justin had that guilty conscience from abandoning our team this year and going to Wilcox. So
Oh, Justin LaMarche?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I just got to ask, I don't know how good a 44 is. Like, what is that in relation to par?
If you put it at the top, we would know.
Well, the ladies played a different layout and mix played a different layout. So we'd have 3 different pars up there.
Wait, so since you guys had a neutral match, you both decided you didn't want to bring your whiteboard?
I wanted to bring it, I just totally forgot.
That's what I ended up doing is like we have a whiteboard and I was like, oh, I'll just grab the one from Stony Kill if we didn't want to do that because it's basically on the way. And then completely forgot to do it. So we wrote ours on paper and then luckily Brian Bickersmith put them all together into a nice neat format so that it wasn't quite as embarrassing to put up on the public group.
That was a jab. That was a low-key jab.
It wasn't quite as embarrassing.
I had because I do all the matchups in a spreadsheet anyway, so I had them all nice and neat, but we just have no shame.
I think the paper's the way to go. Back when I first became captain, I was like trying to figure out how I was going to make this big dumb whiteboard. And I was like, wait a second, I can just print out pieces of paper that I can format on Word. And then I brought them and everybody looked at me like I was crazy. So used Kenji's whiteboard.
I thought teachers only used red pen, though.
Oh, everything's online now, Corey.
Oh, that makes sense.
For any one given person to look at it, I think the paper is the way to go. But if you have multiple people trying to see it at the same time, the whiteboard makes more sense.
Every single person that leaning over that whiteboard has a cell phone in their pocket.
Also true. Then that's what we ended up doing is I just sent it to the group as soon as we finished matchups, just send that to the group and then everybody can look at it.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. You didn't have a bunch of people like, oh, well, who am I on? Who am I playing against? Like, bro, you got a notification. I heard it ding in your pocket.
So, Jaimen, who'd you play with? You played with Jason in round 2. Who'd you play with in round 1?
First round, it was me and James Scow playing together. James was playing against Bart, and he actually came out of the gates pretty hot. He took a hole or 2 against Bart while he remembered how to disc golf, and then Bart did Bart things and took off. I played against Travis Bouchard, and it was the opposite. I started off pretty slow and was able to heat up, but by the time I heated up, I was already in a hole that I was able to climb out of, but I wasn't able to climb out for a win. I just ended up pushing the match. Because SPW was so wet, I showed up with my normal disc golfing shoes and my big clunky rain boots, which are like a size 16 in normal shoe sizes. They might fit you, Alex, if you want to borrow them.
Yeah, right.
And I step out of my car and I ask somebody, I was like, how's it looking out there? They're like, put the rain boots on. So I put those on and I couldn't get anything together in them until 10, 12 holes in. So I was able to push it. I was down 3 with 4 to go, and I just missed a birdie putt to win it on the last hole. So, that doesn't feel good to scramble back, but in the long run, that's the kind of things that help you with commitment and follow through and grit and stuff in the future. So it'll probably help at some point.
I'm sure that matchup will come up at the next Stony Killers versus Disc Captain scrimmage.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, did I miss that this year?
No, we haven't done one.
I don't think it happened this
We all
year.
missed it.
That was
We all missed it.
Yeah, we didn't do one this year, and then last year I think Jaimen was the only Disc Captain to show up.
Last year, that was like 4 years ago.
Was that 4 years? No,
It was 2 years ago.
Okay, so it's 2 years ago. It feels like 4 years ago.
And you smoked me,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But the thing was, Stony Kill started scheduling it, and then I don't think ever contacted Discap
Never.
and was just like, yeah, we're gonna do this as like a Discap versus Stony Kill setup. And I just assumed that Travis had talked to you guys, and apparently he hadn't. So
Yeah, I forgot about that actually until you just mentioned that. Holy shit.
yeah.
Yeah, there was like a random Facebook group, one of the 10 trillion disc golf groups I'm in. And like they were planning it in there, but I wasn't getting notifications and I didn't know any of it was happening.
No.
So yeah, it was what it was. That was kind of an annoying one on a few levels, but yeah, we haven't done anything since then.
No.
I hear the people who are taking over the team are a little bit more sensible, so maybe we'll do something next year.
Well, this year they had to do the against the whales or something, right? The narwhals.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they stole half our players. But yeah, with Kat stepping up, and I'm kind of also there, but Kat's the one who's probably going to be driving, scheduling things like that. So that'll be nice.
But yeah. Also, not for nothing, finding a free day in the fall is like impossible.
Oof. Yeah.
Is that a common matchup though? You against Travis?
Not really. I think Alex alluding to me just wanting to kick his ass a little bit.
I was figuring that Travis would immediately bring it up, as soon as he saw you, like the next time he saw you, he'd bring it up or something like that.
Oh, maybe, yeah. But no, I'm always happy to play anybody. I was able to overcome some mental shit that round. Like I said, it's hindsight 2020. It was really good practice. At the time, I was definitely a little grumpy, but
Yeah.
that's golf.
And Randy, you got to go up against every round he plays at League and Wedge is 1,000 rated. Nick, how'd that go?
It went okay. He started off a little weak, so I got up a little bit, and then I decided to putt into a tree at one point and it was like tied up. And anyways, I'll allude to the end where I made like a small like scoring or like courtesy goof where it's like near the end and I'm up 2 with 3 holes to play and Josh is with me and then he's playing against Alden Slack and Alden's also up 2 with 3 to go. And I like update everyone like, hey, like, 2-point diff, 3 holes to go. Like, and I kind of say like, this hole doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's not true at that point. And I go on to birdie it and Alden goes on to birdie it and the round is just over, even though I just alluded that like, there's more golf to play. So that wasn't the right way to preface going into that hole. So all of a sudden it was just over. All of us just looked at each other like, oh, it's done. Like, so that was a little silly. So I was 3-2 and then Alden was 3-2. So our card was like a net even. And then in doubles, yeah, me and Josh played Nick and Bart and they birdied the first 10 holes. Like it was just like me and Josh felt helpless. Like we were I hit a few big putts, like things were going okay, but we're like down 4 points through the first 10 holes. And it just felt completely hopeless. I think the closest we ever got was 3. And like it was just kind of hopeless battle at that point. So yeah, so fun.
That is one thing that Jason and I accomplished that I've been trying to do for a few years in team challenges. We held the box for 18 holes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
straight.
Yeah.
So you guys had him by 7.5 to 6.5 after 1. And Jason already said this, but ended up losing 14.5 to 13.5. Probably the closest team challenge match that we've seen this year, score-wise.
Yeah, very close. I think ours versus Saratoga was very close as well.
Man, if I had a spreadsheet open with all the scores. I think the one was Burbine and CPS. That one was really close too.
All right, so when are finals?
So finals are April 6th. It's the first Saturday of April to avoid New England. It also works out for FDR for me, but that's not why we do it. But yeah, no, so finals are April 6th, first Saturday of April. The teams that are going to finals, in first place is the Wilcox Widowmakers. In second place, the Central Park Rosebuds. In third place, the Mindkill Whips. And in fourth place, Saratoga Revolution. So it'll be 1 and 4. So Wilcox versus Saratoga, round 1. And CPS and Mindkill.
A rematch.
And then the winners go on and the losers go on. And the location is still, as of this recording, being determined. Right now, I think the nominations are CTK and Stonykill. It was J Park Then Wilcox changed to Stony Kill. Originally, Burbine had nominated Prospect and Stony Kill, but since they're not in finals, those are removed. Personally, I'd love to see it at CTK. There's going to be some big events happening there this year, so it'll be good practice for that. Also, it's I think, finals-worthy venue.
Absolutely gorgeous course.
Yeah, gorgeous. And the venue is great to have 72 people. It's got plenty of room there. I like Stony Kill, but with some of the damage that they're still working through and the capacity there, I don't know if it's the best place for finals, but we'll see what the other captains think.
One of the Wilcox captains mentioned in the first match that I played, they're like, well, yeah, we don't want to go to CTK because like your team has a huge advantage there. I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah,
it's like I think I played CTK 3 times last year. Like it's
you did design it, but
yeah, and I've never stopped working on it. Yeah, if being on property counted for something, I'd be like absolutely killer there. But like I played the course. I don't even remember the last time I played it. I feel like I played it one time. Oh, I played it with Jason Gorsage in February, and that was the first time I had played it since May.
Yeah, I think our team has no leg up there. I think Saratoga probably has like a slight home field advantage at CTK, looking at their roster.
Yeah, they got a few people, but even a lot of them don't go there very much. But yeah, no, I do really think it's neutral ground. I can show you around, and if that's an advantage, then yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, I'll say for me personally, CTK is pretty far. It's more than twice the distance that Stony Kill is. So I'm not trying to advocate for it because it's close to me by any means. But I love the course there. I play it maybe once a year, once every other year. And I'd love another opportunity to get up there and play it. I haven't seen is it hole 9 or 18 change?
Oh, 9, yep.
So that's still there, right?
Yeah, that's mostly permanent hole. I'm going to have to move the basket a little bit in the summer, but the rest of the hole will be there.
And am I correct in saying that the red tees are not all installed?
No, they are not. There's like stall mats on the back 9, and the front 9 is all mostly just grass. So it's just grass.
Okay, because Tim DeFranco in the captain's chat is trying to push red tees round 1, blue tees round 2, which in finals format seems very complicated to me and like just a mess.
If it was 3 rounds, I'd say do the red tees, but it's 2.
Yeah.
It's really not that long.
It's just different teams then, because they're like your singles and doubles are in the same round. So like you're going to be playing doubles on the red tees too.
Oh, yeah.
Is there like a good brewski layout at CTK that you've ever thought of, Jaimen, for like playing some red holes?
You can always do blue in the front, red in the back. The woods holes are the tees that are slightly more developed right now on the red layout. That layout could work. I've done it in the past for like league and stuff, and that's usually what I'll do to cut down on the time. But it's really, I don't know, I don't think blues take that long. We do a handicap league there that starts at 5 o'clock all summer.
I'm wondering if Tim wants it round 1 because they're going up against Wilcox, but I don't know. There could just be some angle shooting there.
Yeah.
So the format, basically, like you said, 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3, and then whoever the 2 winners play each other, and that's it?
And the 2 losers play too.
They do? Okay.
The finals places do matter next season. There's a couple of scenarios. I think like if, for instance, we have odd number of teams next year and there's a bye month, the teams with the better seeding get to choose the better buys, because we wanted to incentivize like the full placement so that when teams are out of it, they just don't forfeit and give up. So there is some stake in it.
So how does that determine second place? Is that whoever wins the first match and then loses, or how does that work?
So since we don't have a third round, there'll be 2 teams that are 1-1, and whatever team going into finals that morning that has a better seed will be second, which puts us and Saratoga at a very big disadvantage. So like in order for us to get second, we would need Saratoga to beat Wilcox round 1. Yeah, it's a new thing we're trying with just 2 rounds. It does put a lot of emphasis on the seed going in, but it also is kind of nice because then if we keep doing this, like Mindkill knew prior to our neutral match that we were going to be in finals. If it didn't really matter if we were in second or third, there's no sense of us really playing the last match. But in this case, we did because we wanted to get in first, which would have given us an advantage going against the 4th place team, which was either going to be Saratoga or Burbine.
Yeah, I was the one wandering around before the 3rd match last year complaining that playing a 3rd match made no sense. So I appreciate that there were rules set out ahead of time.
We send out a feedback thing every year at the end of the season. We do it for all our events. We do it for Mindkill, we do it for stuff, but we did it for Team Challenge. And that was one thing that a lot of people were pretty negative about, was they felt that the 3rd round was just too much. So we tested it out, see how it works. I mean, Michael being in third. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But
Just to throw this out there, but Drolleman's Garage, points percentage 51.21. That would have been good for fourth place.
Yeah, we had a lot of close matches that, kind of the theme of a lot of team challenge teams, it seems, where just a couple points during the day would have basically flipped our team upside down from being at the bottom to instead of being towards the top.
say the distribution of scores and points this season was pretty compelling. Like there was pretty good contention for the lead. I think Wilcox, Central Park, Minekill, any three of us could have really stepped up and taken first. Wilcox, obviously, they weren't really strong. But then towards the bottom, like the middle, like who was going to make finals was actually, compelling to the last neutral match we had. To the point where Beast of Burbine were hoping that Saratoga would win because it was that close, it would push them in. And going into the last match, I think with two matches, Minekill could have been in first, second, or third on the outcome of two matches.
So, like you said, if Saratoga won that match, CPS isn't even in the finals, and they're in second place.
Yeah, that's how close
pretty
it was.
impressive too. Yeah.
So it wasn't like any of the teams had kind of run away with it. Obviously, Tower Power, they weren't in the mix. At the beginning of the season, I thought, looking at the rosters, J Park was going to be pretty hard to beat. So for them not to be in contention for finals at the end was a surprise to me. It's obviously Corey's fault, but
we've already established that.
Mm-hmm.
But Chatham, they're like, it's a little harder for them with their roster, but they're kind of like towards the bottom with Tower Power and Drolleman.
Yeah, on a good day, I think we could have taken a couple more matches for sure if we had a couple of better days. But
it's working out. Anything else on Team Challenge? Or anything we missed?
no, I think that's it. Or at least for New York. I think Disc Captains have a big match coming up for New England. Right?
Oh, yeah. So our last match is this Saturday. We are playing, what the hell's their name? Bellamy. There's two B teams, and it's been messing me up all year. Playing Bellamy at J Park to finish out the season. Everything has kind of been going the way I've expected it to. One thing that's very notable is that Barry just lost at Bombers, so they are now, I want to say, 4-2.
Oh, they lost two matches.
Yeah, and they're playing Queen City neutral. So Queen City is a very strong team. That's not a easy match.
They're not a slouch.
I want to tag Corey in something at the end of the season and go, you guys were like one doubles match away from going 3-4 after saying you were going to go 7-0, buddy.
Oh, the other Corey, not me.
No, you too, just to keep it all together. No. Yeah, Corey Fournier is his name. He spells it wrong. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
But so that match happened, didn't affect us at all. But I think the only match that has any bearing on anything at this point is Mountainside versus Devons. Yeah, sorry, I'm waiting for my spreadsheet to load.
It's at Mountainside, right?
It's at Mountainside. Yep.
You guys play at the same time, so you won't know going in.
Yep. The last three of the March matches are all Saturday. So Rhode Island at Queen City, Bellamy at Disc Cap, and Devons at Mountainside. And then next weekend is going to be the last match of the pool, which is Queen City versus Barry, which is happening at Cogs.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Jaimen. If we lost this weekend, and as long as we don't get blown out and Mountainside beats Devons, then we still get it. We still not relegated.
Yeah, that's right. If we win this weekend, then we're good.
I think you're safe, period.
And there's no way that like Devons could somehow blow out Mountainside at an away match and get a higher points percentage. Like that ship's already sailed too, right?
We got them by, almost 8%. That would be very hard. If we win, then our points percentage is going up.
True.
So I don't see any way that that's possible. I'm sure there is a number that it is possible, and I'll try to figure that out later.
Both come loaded, and they just sweep every single match all day.
Yeah.
And you guys squeak out a victory kind of thing.
Yeah. It's technically possible. If we win, though, I really don't think there's anything that can happen. But step one, we got to win.
Yep.
But it'll be good. We've got Harry Lehman has thrown his hat in the ring for this match, so I'm excited to have him.
From Gerard Lehman's Garage?
Yep. Yeah. And before that, he was from the
This is kind of like when like Marvel like crosses over with.
And before that, he was Jason's mechanic.
He still is.
He's
also the Team Challenge Matchplay champion.
Yeah.
The Empire.
Empire
right?
Open.
Empire Open.
Reigning champ.
When does that start, Jason?
He sent out the brackets, the payouts, the rules. Because it's only 16 people. We have a lot of time to schedule our matches. I think they got to be done by, I don't remember, May or June.
Gotcha. Jason, as one of those 16 people, do you like having only 16 people, or would you want it to be more full?
I definitely want it to be more full.
Okay. Yeah. I would love to play it, but this time of year, throwing $100 into a match play thing is a lot of money. You know, Brewster's tomorrow for 135, Mind Kill. There's all these tournaments that cost a good amount of money because they're really great tournaments. It's hard to throw another $100 into something and then drive every single round.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. Like, most people are going to get nothing from it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Even if you're really good. Yeah, I'm playing, I think, Chad first. Tried to get him to agree to Mind Kill because I know he likes it, but we ended up at Wilcox. So we'll play Wilcox.
When's that?
I want to get it out of the way, but he's like, I guess, focused on tournaments, so probably won't be for a few weeks.
Oh, okay. All right. Anything else team challenge-wise?
It's almost done, Pat. Don't worry.
No, well, I mean, it's great. It's great that it's content. It's just it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a content sieve. It'd just be flowing.
Yeah.
We do have finals locked in for D-Pool. Who's going?
Oh, what do you got there?
So first seed is Team Tank, as we expected. I believe they went 7-0, wasn't close. Second seed is Daisy Owls, friend of the Stony Killers for a while. Good to see them doing well. They are playing Stony Kill in the first round. We locked down the third seed. And I believe Newton Hill snagged the last seed with a win on, I think it was Saturday. They won that match to lock in the last slot.
And it looks like Wedge lost to Chainsbury?
Yeah, Wedge lost to Chainsbury, but I think the way it would have happened was I don't think they would have made it on breakers, even if they had won.
Well, yeah, looking at it, I mean, obviously with the loss, but Newton Hill's got an 8.5 point lead in points percentage, so that would have been they would have had to have done really well.
Yeah.
But I guess at 3 and 4, you're not really expecting to make it. You're kind of hoping to make it.
I guess with a win, they would have jumped everybody because they would have been 4 and 3.
They would have been 4 and 3.
But yeah, with a loss, it would have been rough.
Yeah. So Goats and Pelham are being sent to Jersey.
Well, we're gonna try to send Goats down to E-Pool. We'll see if they actually go this time.
And it's funny. I thought about this last week or so. I was like, oh, I forgot. Warwick got into the A-Pool. We should have been talking about them. Now I'm looking in there, and it looks like they're going to go back down to D-Pool, so I wasn't going to probably mention that. But still, they're only going down to B-Pool. It's still an accomplishment to get to A-Pool.
For sure.
Well, actually, no. It looks like they still have another match. So they could avoid it, right? I don't know who BSR. Oh, BSR is the first place.
Yeah, they're
team.
playing the 1 seed. Yep.
So, hey.
Still possible.
Exactamundo.
Way to represent New York in the A-Pool, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And New Jersey.
And Pennsylvania. What the hell? All right. We got to get DGPT, the Open at Austin, presented by Flight Factory Discs. We got some SkipAce picks to go over. Corey, anything you want to tell me about the tournament?
I did watch it all live. I've said this before, but like watching goddamn 9 hours or 8 hours of disc golf live coverage, it really kind of melts together after the third day. So at the very least, I will say the ending was amazing. That last round, and especially the last 9 holes, where there were multiple people vying for the win in MPO. Kyle Klein popped off and had the lead coming to the clubhouse. Calvin Heimberg hitting some dude's fucking Bud Light and the Obi and like the spectator area, and which I think probably blocked him from getting back in bounds, although it probably didn't really matter in the end as far as winning the tournament. It was kind of funny to see him kind of like shake his disc off for whatever he hit that the spectator was drinking. And then for Niklas Antila to finally pop off a win, they were pushing the storyline the whole time of like people that haven't won a major or elite series based on how many tournaments they've played or whatever the storyline was. There was like 4 or 5 people, and Niklas Antila was on the list. And once he did get his win, like he's a pretty calm, cool, and collected guy. And he just like he popped off with emotion after he hit the putt for the to seal the deal. It was pretty crazy to watch. Like while they were doing his post-round interview, it was pretty emotional, and you just could look at everybody's eyes in the spectating area. All the dudes, all the chicks, everyone had watery eyes just because he was talking about how much he sacrifices and devotes to the sport to come out here from Finland and be away from his friends and family, and then he pulls the win in. That and Owen Scoggins absolutely crushing the field, coming out with a win, and whatever the storyline they were pushing for her is like the oldest player to lead tour points.
I think I saw something that she had never won a tournament in which Tater Sauce was in.
Kristen Tatar. And they were also saying that Kristen Tatar has never won a tournament where she was like behind by 5 strokes or more. Yeah. So pretty crazy tournament, I think, all around. And a lot of people that you would have assumed to play well didn't. And there's a lot of people that you wouldn't normally think to be at the top that did. I think like Paige Pierce she had a pretty bad first round, never came out of it. What was also funny about the tournament is how many I know it's still just PDGA and Disc Golf Network, but there was a lot of like flubs with either the score leaderboard or PDGA had the problem the final round because they like shortened the round by 3 or 4 holes. It seems like that really messed up the scoring, at least the live scoring. Just some other things that was funny. Like they changed at the bottom right of the they have the leaderboard and they have like a little acronym for the tournament. And at least the first round they had it like capital T, capital O, lowercase a, capital A. It looked ridiculous to stand for the Open at Austin, but I'm like, what is this gibberish? Someone like just like smacked their hand on the keyboard, and that's what they came up with. And then I noticed that in the third round they changed it to just be the letter O with an @ symbol and an A for Open at Austin. I'm like, it's just the best acronym or like way they could like shorthand the name of the tournament on the live feed.
Probably Austin would have been the way to go, right?
They would have been better off by not putting anything than the garbage they came up with. But yeah, I thought it was a good watch.
I think Owen Scoggins also put up the highest FPO event rating
average
like, ever.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah, at like 1029 or something like that. So super impressive.
I saw something, I think, that said that FPO and the MPO combined was the highest ever, but it was also before, like, unofficial. I also saw that Kristen Tatar's 999 rated.
Yeah.
It's going to be
very
interesting.
Close, very close.
Because I don't think... I was going to try to pull it up real quick. I don't know what her rounds were rated. Kristen Tatar, 1005, 969, 1029. I mean, that's still averaging over 1,000 for the tournament. I'm going to have to put her in my spreadsheet and see what I calculate her rating update to be after her old rounds fall off.
All right, so SkipAce, we had 39 participants, only one of which came in the negative points. I thought I took Tater Sauce. Apparently, I took Paige Pierce. Did she not even finish?
She did. She just did very poorly.
Okay. And then I went Jessica Weiss, who also didn't do very well.
It was kind of hard to watch Paige Pierce that first round live. Like, wasn't really doing anything right.
We were watching on coverage, and it was definitely rough.
Yeah, she was having a rough time. I mean, I don't know, like, how she is, like, mentally after coming back from her injury. I'm sure it's kind of hard to, like, break your leg and then instantly be playing at the level you used to be, even just from the thinking about it part. But she wasn't the only, like, champion that had not played well.
Well, I learned not to make fun of Lefty Flick 21 anymore. If it weren't for Paul's, that would have been really bad. Negative 389. Della's the best pots. She beat me by a lot. Callie Josh, 35th place. Rob Weiss, the Mississippi, 34th place, only 268 points.
Damn, I didn't see this coming. Like I said, I waited for this moment to get SkipAce so I could be surprised. And this is surprising, although not surprising at the same time. Let's be honest. Sorry, Rob. Better luck next time.
Randy Bobanian, 29th with 380. It looks like you only got hit by Alexis Manduano.
Yeah, the past 2 weeks, my only flub is one FPO player. And other than that, it's been fine.
Yeah. Right behind Blaine Iron Eyes Mendraza, who is also behind Corey Cook at 27th. So it's not like he gained a bunch from Rob not doing too hot.
Yeah, I plan on dropping this round in the end anyways. 454. I'm gonna consider that probably low one. Madison Walker did not do me any favors, but I picked her to save points, and I gambled and lost on that one. But also Ella Hansen only getting 15 is really surprising to me. She's usually a rock solid pick at any tournament, and she finished in 19th.
What's surprising to me is that you lost to Turtles in Your Face.
Yeah, Justin, freaking oh no.
With Duncan Farquharson.
Oh, he did pick Duncan.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a Connecticut dude that I played with him in actually Rochester, I think.
My thinking on that is he probably took the third Duncan Farquharson out of the 5. So that was the one that got the negative points. The other ones got positive points.
It makes sense because he's not clickable.
24th place, we got Kate Disks, Caitlin Clay, behind Alex Potts, Amp, last week's winner.
I got punished for my strategy of just picking everything ahead of time because Jessica Weiss either dropped or didn't play or something to that effect. But if that negative 250 was there, if that was just a 0, I would have been at like 800 points. But the negative 250 really kills you.
Who the heck is Vino McKella?
Vino Makala?
That's what I just said.
Yeah, Makahani.
Like 4 umlauts on one name. Come on.
There's a lot of umlauts.
He's a metal band, too. Right?
He's a classic name. He's been on Joma's coverage a couple of times. He's been on the practice round.
Prodigy sponsored.
I want to say he did well last year, so I picked him.
Good strat.
Mm-hmm. Almost a couple hundred points ahead. In 21st place, we got Kat Bemis. I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah,
for no
she's
particular reason. Brandon Klein in 20th. Thank God he didn't win it. I mean, he's ahead of me by probably already 2,000 points, and we're 3 tournaments in. Kristen McDonald in 19th. Kyle Hirsch and Mike Schwartz at 17th. 16th place, we got Sparky Spalding. Jason Lasasso Star in 15th. Starting to earn that star. That's good. Harrison in 14th. Yvonne Marmota in 13th. Brian Bickersmith coming back from last week. 12th place. I think he was, like 28th or something.
It was pretty bad,
week.
yeah.
Pretty bad. Behind Jaimen Hume by 10 points in 11th.
Did pretty good this week.
Almost just less than 20 points behind last year's winner, Mark Bryan, in 10th. Flying Squirrel, Kevin Kroenke in 9th place.
Damn, it has some solid picks.
Mm-hmm. He got Rebecca Minnick knocked him out for 250.
Yeah, Kristen Tatar, Nicholas, Culver Dallin, AB, all 200 plus.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt as much when when the lowest you have is 157.
Yeah.
But that Greg Barsby pick's going to hurt him later in the year. He picked that last time too, I think he said. So, them old guys, they don't have the stamina that they used to. 8th place, we got Zach McDonald. Lefty Flick 21 coming back strong in 7th place.
Yeah, solid redemption.
He's
round.
like, and I took that personally when they were talking about me.
Yeah, right?
Stubbs. Anybody know Stubbs? That's a new one. 6th place? No. Brian Heller in 5th. Told you he'd come up. Ryan Nelson in 4th. The Highland version of Mike Warner in 3rd at 932. Behind Ryan Travis, 148343 in 2nd place.
Wow.
And then the mysterious AJ is our winner for the week. But he's only, 24 points ahead of Ryan. So overall, I'm still ahead of Dell is the best pot. Looks like overall Randy is ahead of Kat, which is the important part, the overall.
Yep, that's all that matters.
Jason in 26th, behind his mechanic in 24th, Randy in 23rd, Bickersmith 21st, Jaimen 20th, Mark Bryan, last year's winner in 18th overall, Flying Squirrel in 17th, behind Zach McDonald, and Austin Swartout, Alex in 14th, Lefty Flick 21. 2 negative
Big
weeks,
jump.
and then he jumps up to 13th place.
Yeah, he's dropping rounds already.
And Kristen McDonald still ahead of Zach in 12th.
Oh, wait. I guess I'm kind of late in asking this. Are we ordering by total points or drop scores total?
I'm actually
Drop
not
scores
looking at
total.
either. I was just looking at where they're listed. So I wasn't looking at the numbers to the right because Lefty Flick only has 157 points. So, 835. So it sorts them by overall, it looks like.
Yeah, sorts by drop scores total.
Yeah, so that means that it's only counting our best of the last 3 tournaments so far because it drops 2, right?
Yep.
Good point. But I'm just going to, because it's in that order, I'm going to keep.
Sure.
But no, that is a good point. It drops 2 for the year? Is that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Jason said that. Kristen McDonald in 12th, Rob Wiest of the Mississippi in 11th, Brian Monahan, that's one half of Camel Case Corey in 10th, Stubbs in 9th, Brian Heller in 8th, Ryan Nelson in 7th, Highland Mike Warner in 6th, Mike Schwartz, 5th place, 4th place, the Mysterious AJ, Ryan Travis 148343 in 3rd, Corey, despite a lackluster showing this at the Open in Austin, in 2nd place, 7 points behind our leader, Brandon S. Klein.
This guy. That's all I got to say.
But you expect the Open at Austin to be one of your drops, so
I'm
not too
We're
worried.
gonna,
it's
we're gonna have some changes going in next week, I think.
really early in the season to say that 450 or whatever is going to be my lowest point. I'm really hoping it.
Well, I wish I had 450, so. All right, so yeah, Nothing this week coming up, but the week after, it looks like there's a couple events. This is for March 29th and 30th, the DGPT Texas State Disc Golf Championships and the 21st Annual FDR Fools Fest. So that one we'll probably do some extra picks too for fun when we get to that. That'll be next week.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about?
Course work days are starting up. Probably whatever course you're most local to is doing some work days soon. We just did the first OKDGC work day earlier today for the year, and that was productive but small. It's sort of how these have been, is a lot of just me and my mom out there working. But hey, we're making progress. It's going slow, but we're getting there.
What are the next few things that need to be done?
Biggest things probably are clearing out some stuff on hole 7. Hole 7 has some water areas, and there's some dead things sticking up out of the water that we'd like to clear out because they'll snag your disc and drop you into the water, and we'd like to avoid that.
You're talking about like dead branches and such, not like critters.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, zombies jumping out and grabbing your disc. Yeah, no, dead branches and such sticking up. That's the biggest thing. Clearing out a couple of paths. Like, the course is technically playable right now. Might be a little bit confusing if you don't know where you're going, so we're going to get a bunch of signs out there to make it a little bit more easy to find where you're going. But yeah, we've got 1 through 9 baskets are in, and T signs are up to give you a vague sense of what you're doing. So if you're looking to play, it is technically possible.
Along the same lines as Alex, so be pushing to get the Greenville course moving this year. Been in design for almost a year. Still have my 9 temp baskets out there. Hoping to get the sleeves installed in the next month for the first 9, which will be the back 9, and then relocate my baskets for another 9 out there.
Did you say that one's like 15 or so minutes west of J Park?
Yeah, it's 12 miles west of J Park. Takes probably just under 20 minutes. But yeah, so it's pretty close. It's 2 miles from my house. Yeah, if you know where J Park is, head west. It's right off of 32. So if you're in the capital region, you go off 787. That goes down to 32 and 9W. Just take 32 down. It's right there. For your UPAT, you'd probably come up the thruway and then get off exit 21.
The Ravina exit is what I normally get off of. Is it the same?
It should be a little shorter if you get off the exit below that and then take 32 up.
Okay.
Or 2 exits below that. Yeah, 2, because there's kickstock in between there. Other than Greenville, I put out a volunteer form for the Mindkill Disc Golf Pro side. So always looking for more help. Last year we had an incredible turnout for spotters and just overall support. So hoping to replicate that again. A lot of great feedback about the spotters and all the help that we had. I really think that made the event last year. And so far we've got some volunteers signed up. I'd like to see some more. Have a good time. Registration open. We got a pretty good field for MPO. Got a handful of 1,000-rated pros. A lot of 990 pros signed up.
So like Corey?
Yeah, which actually I was looking, if you look at the MPO, the cash line is pretty high to the point where if everybody shot their rating in MPO, no one in disc cap would cash. So we've got some heavy hitters coming in that are going to test our region's finest disc golf players.
They're going to be really sad when they get beat by the area's most player.
But I'm rooting for our locals. I think Jaimen definitely got a shot at climbing up there like last year. I mean, there's a lot of locals that I think could do well there. FPO is a little bit lighter this year. I'm keeping some spots open to try to get some more competition there. But we do have some talented ladies signed up, and Kate Clay will be defending her title. So looking forward to that. Speaking of Mindkill, the AM side is also going to open up registration to everybody when this airs. So if you're interested in playing the AM side, it's a 1-day event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Kat Bemis and Randy will be running it. So sign up when you hear this, or 8 o'clock after you hear this. And last but not least, next Friday after this airs, Jess's Disc Golf Journey Friday League, PDJ sanctioned amateur league, will be starting up. So every Friday, J Park, I think $20, you get a disc, a rated round. Check it out.
Wait, amateur league?
That's the
it's pro too, but it's Good Friday. It opens up.
Ooh.
I say amateur because it's ratings based, but it does have professional divisions too.
Oh, okay, all right. I was just wondering. I think I might actually be able to make it down there a couple times.
Oh yeah, you're gonna compete with me in the gold division then.
Heck yeah. Do we get discs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I don't even care.
Yeah, everybody gets a disc. There's no payouts. It just simplifies it. We do have a bin still of the treasure map disc. The website's no longer functional, but if you want a treasure map disc come out that Friday, there's still some left.
The new stamp?
Yeah.
Mm.
We've got, I think, 20 left. Not a lot, but they'll probably go pretty quick.
But enough to get you out there the first weekend.
Yeah, check out the first week, Good Friday. And aside from that, I think we just did an inventory today. We have 150 other new discs that are Innova from other tournaments we ran. So lots of like special molds, metal flake, this, that, color glow, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, that'll be fun. And we're still kind of working out some other stuff with the league. Jess is going to post up a flyer. It'll probably be out by the time this airs, but come check it out.
I do want to point out, just because last week when we were recording, you had sent a message about, hey, mention Mindkill. Alex already did like a half hour before you sent that.
What reminded me is Randy Bemis signed up, and then he's like,
that's exactly when we were talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the movies when they have like the alternate timelines of how everything comes together. But thanks for mentioning that. You guys did a great job,
Alex,
selling it. So happy with the registration turnout. I'm happy to see some good pros coming out. Sorry that Paul Kranz isn't going to be defending his title, nor Andrew Fish, because they're both out touring. But good luck to them out there. And I think the top 10 people that are signed up right now all have a really good shot at winning it. So it should be good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You're not
10.
in the top.
Did you say top 10 just because Ryan Nelson was top 11? Damn.
No, I didn't actually look at it, but
shafted your own Mindkill player.
There is a gap there, though. It goes from Ryan Nelson 983 to 992.
Yeah.
And everybody else is pretty close. Ryan could win it. I mean, it would take a lot, but...
And also, Ryan has a much lower PDG number than most of the people that are above him in the rating, like in the list. Jesus.
Well, plus, what's he played Mindkill a couple times? Definitely Team Challenge, but...
That's the only time he's played it. So Ryan doesn't really know, he doesn't have appreciation for all the OB that's going to be there.
I was going to say, yeah, that's different too. Yeah.
But if I'm picking locals, Jaimen's obviously a really good choice. Oh, Tucker, Kyle Hirsch had a really good round. Man, there's a lot of good locals.
I think Kyle with another year of a backhand is going to be pretty scary out there.
That's true.
I mean, he's going to be extra scary because he's chasing me. So
not if he keeps throwing those meme discs, like the fruit punch flavor discs. Some clash discs.
It says the guy with a whole Halo bag.
Listen.
Minus the bullfrog.
Minus the bullfrog, yes. Thank you for clarifying that.
Is that by necessity or choice, Corey?
What is a choice anymore?
I'm just kidding. I think all discs are meme discs. We're throwing frisbees in the woods.
It's true.
So Brinster's played this before, right, Jason?
Yeah.
And he's the highest rated right now. How did he play?
Last year he played horrible.
Did he have comments about the course?
Yeah, actually he's came out 2 years now. And so the first year he came out, I kind of picked his brain about some of the design stuff, and he had actually encouraged me to move hole 13's basket. And so that was part of his idea. And some other ones, like I think he thinks there's too many trees on, is that 11? Yeah. But he really likes 12, which I think most people don't like.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he thinks it needs the trees taken out, but he said it has because it has, what's the term he used? Like a hard corner, or basically if you go right off the tee on 12, like you're punished very, very much. But he just said after you make that bend, that's when it gets fluky. You have to have more of a defined fairway.
Yeah. It is a rock shot also, so I could see him liking that.
Yeah, I think he's been helpful, kind of just bouncing some stuff off of. He liked the event. I think he likes the course too, but he spoke really highly of the event and definitely said he's going to come back. So looking forward to having him back. When registration happened, he wasn't the highest rated, so his rating's been climbing. I think the Memorial probably helped him quite a bit. Was Harry Chase prior to him, so see how that works out. And
it's 2 rounds Saturday and 1 round Sunday?
Yeah, it'd be shotgun start Saturday for both rounds, and then Sunday we'll do tee times. They'll give everybody opportunity to follow the last card, and it also gives us a buffer if there's any kind of weather delays or anything like that. We can always just shift it to a shotgun start.
I like it.
All right. Anything else, Jason? You got time for a round of disc or no disc, or you got to get going?
I haven't done it in so long. I have to. I was like,
okay.
What? I told Jess,
he's back, baby.
Early. I'm gonna tank whatever team I'm on, and just
Well, you get to pick. We got 5. So, do you want to be on a team? You basically get to pick your team. Do you want a team of 2 and go first, or a team of 3 and go second?
Do I get to pick my team?
Yeah, absolutely. You get to pick the whole McGilla.
Oh man, we have the disc captains versus Stony Killers.
Multiple weeks in a row.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't have me on there.
True.
Has the disc captains won each time?
Both times.
Well, there was a tie.
there was a
Oh,
tie.
wait, there was a tie? I don't
and
remember
then
that.
2 wins.
Well, Pat gave it to us as a win initially, I think.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Kind of want to have Alex because my strengths in trivia align with his, and if he's on the opposite team, then I'm going to be upset when he gets them and I don't.
That's fair.
But I do want to keep the disc captaincy going. So I don't know, Pat. I'll leave it up to you.
Well, do you want Alex and somebody, or Alex and just you and Alex?
Well, Alex and I have I think our knowledge kind of overlaps, so we're going to be missing some other categories though.
Well, you can pick one other person for those
Yeah, we should
categories.
snag somebody else then.
Who do you want, Alex?
Oof, I don't know. I played with Randy the past 3 weeks, so just for variety's sake, we'll switch that up.
All right, let's do Alex and I versus the other three. I'm feeling
Sure.
confident tonight.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Puffing his chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on, Pat. What's the topic?
Trivia, disc or no disc? All right. Well, you guys get to pick first. You want category 1 or category 2? Alex and Jason. Jalex.
I think we go 1.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Question 1, category 1. What Sesame Street character fittingly appeared as a census taker in a 2020 public service announcement? What Sesame Street character fittingly appeared as a census taker in a 2020 public service announcement?
Is that Count or?
Yeah, it's got to be the Count.
You guys good with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the Count a disc?
Is the Count a disc? Makes me think of West Side, but I don't think West Side currently has a Count. But they also have been registering some new discs since I last looked at their lineup, so it could be there.
My initial inclination is no. It just
Yeah.
doesn't seem like a good disc name, but this is your expertise more than mine.
I don't know. The last few weeks have not been kind to me on this side of it. Yeah, my initial thought was also no, so I'm happy going no.
All right, it's not a disc.
Disc Golf UK Ltd, March 20th, 2019.
Darn it.
Ugh.
All right. Corey, Jaimen, and Randy, what category would you like?
I guess we check out number 2.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question 1, category 2. According to the Bible, what can be a box as well as a boat? According to the Bible, what can be a box as well as a boat?
The Ark.
Oh my gosh.
I would agree.
Ooh.
The Ark of the Covenant, the Noah's Ark.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, the box, yes.
We're all good on that?
Mm-hmm.
Is the Ark a disc?
I've done my part. Good luck, guys.
Oh my god. If we're thinking it's like arc with a C for a disc, I feel like that's decent because it's like a trajectory. It's like
But spelled
kinda like flight.
differently.
Well, yeah, but he never counts the spelling.
He does get a little loose in the spelling sometimes, I think. I don't really like it. Was it count the disc?
It was.
So we could use that as an excuse to say no as well. I vote no. Overrule me by majority.
I like it.
All right, fine.
You like the fact that no? We go with no?
Yeah, what
It is not a
what do you
disc.
guys
The
think?
answer is it is not a disc.
Goliath Discs, October 30th, 2023.
Oh my god.
It's all your fault, Corey.
That is with a K. And just so you know,
Oh.
it is also a disc with a C. So double
Oh,
disc.
damn.
Damn.
You're rubbing it in now.
Damn.
Is it double wrong?
Yeah. Idiots.
When you said that, I was like, I know I've done the arch. Let me double check that I do a C. And I looked, and it is in fact a disc. So 1-1, Jalex. What category?
Well, no way to tell what the categories are yet. So either way,
Let's stay with 1.
sounds good to me.
All right. Question 2, category 1. In America, what Italian term for master is applied only to conductors? In America, what Italian term for master is applied only to conductors?
That'd be like a maestro.
Maestro was my thought.
You guys good with that?
I'm happy with Maestro.
Yeah.
Is the maestro a disc?
Pretty sure this is a Discmania disc.
It sounds like familiar, whether it's maestro, I'm thinking of something similar to it, but I'd say it's a disc.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, a disc.
Discmania, April 3rd, 2019.
Yeah, Alex.
Getting there. We're back on track a little bit.
Corey, Jaimen, Randy, what do you got? What category?
I would not have gotten Maestro.
I knew Maestro, but now I don't know what that category is other than guys who might wear capes. Like
Okay.
I would like to see 2 again. I don't know how you guys feel.
Yeah. Let's
yeah, that sounds
do
good.
it out.
2 it is.
All right. Question 2, category 2. What name is shared by an early warship propelled by oars as well as the kitchen of a boat or ship? What name is shared by an early warship propelled by oars as well as the kitchen of a boat or ship?
Is that a galley?
Oh, yes. I know that because
Oh, man.
it's right.
I'm not confident at all, actually. I thought galley was like where you sit and eat, but
Okay.
oh, sorry.
No, you might be right. You grew up a lot closer to the ocean than Corey and I did.
But galleys are
but-
olden time boats that probably would have been.
Okay.
But they usually have. Do they have oars and sails? Probably, right?
I'm thinking like a Viking ship.
Yeah, galleys, galley.
If you know a galley is the name of a type of boat, then I'm good with it.
Yeah, I was gonna guess. No, yeah, galley is good. Yeah, I'm fine with galley. I like galley.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Is the galley a disc?
Kinda like it as a disc.
You like galley as a disc, but you didn't like arc.
It sounded too biblical, and I wasn't sure if like disc golf was cool
Yeah, but
with
I was
that.
like, you throw something in an arc. Yeah, whatever. Using galley as a disc.
That seems like a West Side thing.
I
Don't think it's a West Side disc, but
Oh,
But we got fooled on Prince a week ago, so
I say yes. Overrule me.
I think it's terrible.
All you need is Jaimen
I
on
went
your
with
side.
Corey last time. I'm going to go with Randy this time.
All right, let's dig this hole deeper.
So you think it is a disc?
Wait.
I'm going with
Yeah,
no.
I'm going with Randy. So no.
It is not a disc.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Corey said it is. So, no, okay, I got you. So no, not a disc.
Not a
Not a
disc.
Albatross Disc Golf, February
Oh, my-
8th, 2018.
Okay,
We are
I see where,
Bobbing
see
and
where y'all's
weaving.
loyalty is.
Alex, you're up 3-2. What category would you like?
I suspect I know the categories.
Yeah, I've got a vague inclination of what they are. So
Yeah, I'm not really suited for either. You want to just keep going with one?
one sounds good to me. I don't really have a preference either way.
All right. Question 3, category 1. In the television special, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. With whom does Snoopy do battle? In the television special, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. With whom does Snoopy do battle?
It's got to be the Red Baron, right?
I have no idea.
I know the Red Baron is someone who Snoopy does battle with, and I'm pretty sure it's Great Pumpkin that he does it in.
Okay, I'm digging it. Let's go Red Baron.
You good with that? Is the Baron a disc?
Is the Baron a disc? I don't like it, but I think it is.
Is that like who does those disc dynamic? I have no idea.
I don't think Dynamic would have it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it is a disc, but I don't have a lot of supporting evidence.
So far, all 4 have been discs.
So Count was a disc, Maestro was a disc, Arc was a disc, Galley was a disc, yeah.
It does seem like it could be a disc. Yeah, are you thinking it's a disc?
I'm thinking yes, but I don't have any supporting evidence other than it feels like it, yes.
I'm feeling the same. Let's go with the disc.
Sounds good.
Disc Golf UK Limited, March 20th, 2019.
All right, they gave us one and take one away.
They made the Count, they made the Baron, all right.
Sounds like a shell corporation.
Corey, Jaimen, and Randy, what category would you like?
We've been fine with 2.
Yeah.
Have
We're,
we?
we're going to get the part wrong either way that's in both of them.
That's fair. That's fair.
2.
All right. Question 3, category 2. What type of 19th century warship gets its name from being armored with metal plate? What type of 19th century warship gets its name for being armored with metal plate?
Ironclad.
Is this old Ironside, or is this a type of boat?
Type of boat.
Randy, with these questions.
Type of boat. Pat said it's the type of boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of
Ironclad,
19th century warship?
Yeah,
Okay.
I say ironclad.
I have nothing on this one.
Yeah, I can't argue there, I guess.
All right. Is the Ironclad a disc?
Nice.
I thought I was going to say, all right, Jason and Alex.
Yeah.
Oh my damn, I felt
no
really
more sorry.
confident on
Just
that.
all right.
Is the ironclad a disc? Yeah, because of course it is.
Yeah, I won't argue with it this time. It's all you.
I did get the first one wrong.
Yeah, I got the second one wrong.
Jaimen, you agree?
Do you want me to get the third one?
Let's
So
go.
it's Jaimen's turn. Yeah, what are you feeling?
I'm going to say yes because they can't. I don't know. I don't remember what the other 2 were. I'm going to say yes. Are you guys confident
I'm
yet?
with you. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Albatross Disc Golf,
Yes.
August 20th, 2021.
Albatross.
5-4. Jalix, still in the lead. What
I
category?
feel more confident with 1 than 2.
All right, let's go 1.
All right. Question 4, category 1. When what man passed away in December 1980, flags in Kentucky flew at half staff for 4 days. When what man passed away in December 1980, flags in Kentucky flew at half staff for 4 days.
Maybe. I have a guess.
1980 Kentucky.
I don't know it, but my guess lines up with all the things that I'm thinking of, with all the things that I can think of in the category, in the question.
Okay, I am drawing a blank.
I was thinking Colonel Sanders.
Oh, that's a good guess. I don't think I'm gonna come up with anything better than that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not coming up with anything else. So
I mean, Kentucky is Pat thrown in there. Yeah, let's go.
Is the Colonel a disc?
Yeah.
my thought is yes. I don't know if that would be a dynamic disc, but it's I feel like we had General recently, and I think General was a disc. So I'm thinking yes for Colonel.
Yeah, the last 6 answers have all been discs, so I think we just keep going with it.
Sure.
It's a disc.
I'm sorry, no.
Of course we get that one. Yeah.
All right. Corey, Jaimen, Randy, what do you got? What category? 1 or 2?
2 still going well.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sticking with 2? All right. Question 4, category 2. What type of full-rigged sailing ship, popular in the 16th and 17th centuries and used by conquistadors, could be used for fighting or carrying goods? What type of full-rigged sailing ship, popular in the 16th and 17th centuries and used by conquistadors, could be used for fighting or carrying goods?
Okay, so this topic is definitely boats. Shit, man. Come on, Randy. Think of these Age of Empires type games we've played in the past.
I'm trying to think of like Spanish-based names because, like, I don't know, like frigate is a type.
I was thinking privateer.
This is not my forte.
Full-rigged sailing ship, but used by the Spanish. I'm assuming that is who the conquistadors were.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh, damn it. Can you say it again, Pat?
What type of full-rigged sailing ship, popular in the 16th and 17th centuries and used by conquistadors, could be used for fighting or carrying goods?
Oh, man, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
The only type of ship that I know at all is a schooner, and that's from Mallrats.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I really wanted to fit that into a question.
Okay, so the answer is not schooner.
It's not schooner.
Frigates were more like battleships, right?
Yeah, I think that's like way later. Ooh, Corsair.
Oh, yes.
Is that a fun
shit,
one?
yeah. They were speedy little ships, right? They were I
don't know. It's a disc, I'm pretty sure.
I think they're fast.
That's all it.
Yeah, Corsair. I mean,
Yeah.
what is Pat, could you give us the origin of the name? That's probably Spanish.
It originates from the conquistadors.
Yeah, I mean, Corsair definitely sounds like the best one that's been splurged out yet.
It's all
I like that.
Sounds good.
What do you think, Jalix?
Oh, damn it.
I was waiting for Corey to come up with something at the very end, but I'm pretty sure it's a galleon.
Galleon?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go galleon.
Is the galleon.
No.
Yeah, Alex.
We already had a galley type answer.
Yeah.
You know, that is not lost on me, Corey.
That question was ripe for Corey to come up with the answer out of the blue at the very end. Like that would have been a classic if
I've never even heard that word before.
Sid Meier's Pirates.
I didn't play that dog shit game. I only play real Sid Meier's game. Sid Meier's Pirates. On the console?
Yeah, Xbox, original Xbox. Is the galleon a disc? I don't know. They're not known for being fast or, cutting through the water or the air very quickly.
Neither's a bullfrog, though.
There is a bullfrog.
Galleon. I mean, it's a good disc name.
Yeah, it's definitely a good disc name. I don't know if anyone's chosen it, but
Beefy putter mid.
Yeah.
We did get the last one wrong because it wasn't a disc. I'm like 50-50. I think, I'm 50-50.
Yeah, I was pretty close to 50-50, leaning towards no, but then you swayed me a little bit, so I'm thinking yes.
I was like 51 yes, and then as I thought about it, I'm like, nah.
So we flop spots is what you're saying.
Yeah, you want me to flip a coin or you want to pick one?
But let's go yes, and you can blame it on me if we're wrong.
All right, it's a disc.
Infinite Discs, May 15th, 2023.
Nice work.
I guess it was last year, so it was after Randy's time with Infinite.
Yeah, I did not hear about that one.
All right. That was a steal, so it's still your category 1 or 2.
I still like 1. I'm kind of scared of 2.
I feel more likely with 1 for sure.
All right. Question 5, category 1. One of the first recorded autopsies was performed on what man and revealed 23 puncture marks? One of the first recorded autopsies was performed on what man and revealed 23 puncture marks?
I think Julius Caesar was stabbed 23 times, right?
Et tu, Brute?
What's the point of giving someone an
just
autopsy
thinking about that
if they've been stabbed 21 times?
Because it was recently...
I'm thinking of the category. Would he be...
Like Caesar is a title.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, would he be autopsied?
I don't know. Like early, Greek and Roman stuff seems like a very beginning of, actual medical research.
Yeah, it definitely fits the rest of the question, fits the category. I'm trying to think if there's any other titles that people that would have been punctured 23 times, you said?
Yeah.
All right, good. As not 22. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I can't think of anything. Caesar is probably the best thing I can think of.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Let's do it.
Is the Caesar a disc?
Yeah, Alex, nice job.
Thank you. Is the Caesar a disc? I'm leaning no.
If I own a disc company, why would I name a disc Caesar?
Yeah. I feel like you'd be more likely to get like salad references than
Just thinking
like
of
Julius Caesar references.
Mint, or which one does the food?
Oh, yeah.
Clash.
Clash, yeah. I don't think they've done a Caesar.
So you get the Caesar salad, the Caesar. All right, let's go no.
All right. I'm happy with no.
You are correct.
Yeah, we are killing it.
Getting smoked.
Getting there.
Corey, Jaimen, and Randy, what do you got?
Let's get away from the votes.
Hey, I was gonna say let's go one. Yeah, let's go one.
I don't think the next one's going to be kayak, so I'm out.
You guys good with that? Category 1, final question.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Paul Bettany was the title cleric tracking down a niece who was kidnapped by vampires in what 2011 film? Paul Bettany was the title cleric tracking down a niece who was kidnapped by vampires in what 2011 film?
How do you guys know your 2011 films?
I didn't understand most of the words in that sentence, I'll be honest. What was the guy's?
Paul Bettany's an actor.
Oh, okay.
He was a title cleric tracking down a niece who was kidnapped by vampires in what 2011 film?
Okay, so vampire movies in 2011. Randy.
I did not go to a lot of movies in the middle of college.
Right, yeah.
So,
That's I'm like,
We're all the same age.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that. Vampire.
I still haven't exactly figured out the theme yet. Like, it's titles of people. That's it. That's all I got.
Looking for the movie name.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
What were the other answers in this category? I don't even remember those.
Count, Maestro, Baron,
Maestro.
Colonel, Caesar.
The only like horror movie title that's coming to mind is like Priest, but I don't know. Pat specified it was a bishop, right? So he like couldn't say the word priest.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
That's my like Jeopardy style thought process, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know my vampire movies.
I like your train of thought. I can't. Yeah, I don't remember anything from 2011 movie wise.
What was the guy's name? Paul Bettany?
Bettany.
Bettany? I don't even know who the hell that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Priest.
You guys agree?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Is the priest a disc?
Oh, my.
Ooh,
Wow.
Great job.
The only thing I remembered about Paul Bettany is that he plays Vision in the
In the
Marvel.
Marvel
Oh
movie,
shit!
yeah.
I couldn't think of who he was, and now I know exactly who he is. Damn.
Wimbledon, A Knight's Tale.
The Knight's Tale is probably the.
Oh, wait,
best
that's
movie
that.
within
On Ice Tale, that's like one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who does all the talking, Chaucer, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not that I've seen it. Once in my favorite time in life, but-
Is it a disc? We got to get this one.
I kind of hate it as a disc name.
yeah, but-
just gonna be honest.
A priest needs his arc, so I say yes because of course it is.
I kind of hate it.
Yeah, I hate
I
it.
feel
This
like
is not a good disc
That would
name.
piss a lot of people off. I don't know why, but like throwing a priest doesn't seem like a great idea.
I said yes. If you guys want to both say no, then that's you overrule me.
I want to say no.
Nope.
No, it is, Pat.
You are correct.
Okay, good job. Power in numbers.
We in it.
All right. Final round. Is it 10-6?
That's what I got.
Okay, good. Because so basically, same situation you guys were in last week,
Yep.
Alex and Randy. Well, you only got one category. I don't even know why I'm waiting.
When I go back to category 1, Pat.
Yeah.
All right. Question 5, category 2 for Jalix. From a word meaning small vessel, what type of sailing ship was once used by the Portuguese and Spanish on ships like the Nina and the Pinta? From a word meaning small vessel, what type of sailing ship was once used by the Portuguese and Spanish on ships like the Nina and the Pinta?
You got anything?
One more time, Pat.
Play boats and hoes.
From a word meaning small vessel, what type of sailing ship was once used by the Portuguese and Spanish on ships like the Nina and the Pinta?
The Santa Maria. I'll do you.
I have a guess, but it's not much more than a guess.
I'm thinking through small vessel names. Nothing seems appropriate for the Santa Maria.
The smallest boat I can think of is a sloop.
Yeah, isn't a sloop kind of big though? Or am I
I mean, I think they're big if you're comparing it to like a speedboat or something like that.
right? But we're talking
For sailing ships, I think they're pretty small.
Yeah, back when they were enormous. I can't think of anything better. I think we go with sloop.
Sounds good to me.
What do you think, Corey, Jaimen, Randy?
I'm still singing boats and hoes in my head. I'm gonna need the
Is it
question.
helping?
No, it's not. Because I know the answer is not Santa Maria. At least I hope it's not.
I was going to say Corsair again, because that was not the answer earlier. That sounds...
So, just to allude to why I said Corsair, my keyboard is a Corsair, and I looked down.
It's got a chip on it.
and saw the word, but it's
Yeah.
got 3 sails. Like the logo for Corsair is like
okay.
3 giant sails.
Hey.
So I don't think it's
Okay.
that.
I am looking down at my Corsair Scimitar mouse and my.
Is it a Radeon
Corsair
Vega
keyboard.
graphics?
Can we get the question one more time, Pat?
From a word meaning small vessel, what type of sailing ship was once used by the Portuguese and Spanish on ships like the Nina and the Pinta?
All right. So the only other small boat I can think of that was attached to bigger boats were dories. Those were attached to like whaling ships and like sent out. That's all I got for small boats that would be attached.
Oh,
to
I
bigger
was
boats.
going off of the assumption that those ships were them, not that they were attached. Could you hear the question one more time?
From a word meaning small vessel, what type of sailing ship was once used by the Portuguese and Spanish on ships like the Nina and the Pinta?
Okay, on
It
ships.
said on ship.
Okay, yeah, so I think you're right. Then I definitely have no idea.
Are there any other words for like boats attached to boats?
Is that a skiff?
Okay.
Nah, I think.
Are
I
you
don't know,
guys
skip just
making
means,
words
like,
up? All I have
Yep.
is like lifeboat or like dinghy.
Dinghy's good.
Dinghy doesn't really sound Spanish.
No,
or
dinghy's
Portuguese.
not the right one.
Sure. Yeah, you guys got this.
What we're going with?
Go for it, Randy. What do you think?
Oh God, I'll say Dory.
Dory? All right.
We're looking for caravel.
Oh,
Caravel. Oh, it's like the main exploration ship in civilization. How did I forget that? Come on, Randy. That we had this.
I've never heard that word. before.
Caravel.
Albatross Disc Golf, February 8th, 2018.
Damn.
And it's a disc. Wow.
It's also where you can get some good ice cream.
All right, final question, Corey, Jaimen, Randy. The USS Constitution was what type of fast and easy to maneuver warship popular in the 18th century that shared a name with a soaring bird with a nearly 8-foot wingspan? The USS Constitution was what type of fast and easy to maneuver warship popular in the 18th century that shared a name with a soaring bird with a nearly 8-foot wingspan?
Come on, Randy. It's a bird question.
So it's a frigate,
Oh, is that a bird?
or is it an albatross? No, because albatross are like bigger than 8 feet, right? They're like humongous.
8 feet's pretty humongous.
Well, yeah. Okay, so it's albatross or it's frigate, and like frigate. Or, I don't know. Yeah.
Frigate doesn't sound like a bird. Where's Marcia when you need her?
No, frigate's a bird.
Frigate's a bird? I give up.
An
You know what?
albatross.
Forget.
Yeah, you said. Oh, he said 18th century.
Okay, so
An albatross.
albatross is the largest wingspanned bird,
But
that's not how you would say that. But
That's how I'd say that.
yeah.
Bird with the largest wingspan.
Thank you,
I
Alex.
think like
I knew what you were going for.
that doesn't. That I would almost picture that as like a newer ship than like the 1700s. If I had to just completely base it off of nothing. But you're a bird guy, and you say a frigate is a bird, and a frigate is definitely a boat that would have had cannons on it, and cannons definitely fit the 18th century. I like frigate.
I like it.
Hmm.
Go with frigate?
Yep.
Is the frigate a disc?
Frigate,
Nice.
yeah, it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, we got nothing. to
Yeah.
lose.
Yep.
We already did.
I know.
Fittingly, Albatross Disc Golf, February 8th,
Hey.
Whoa.
2018. But that still means Jalix takes it over Corey, Jaimen, and Randy.
Close. We had a
Nice.
chance.
Congratulations. Yeah, I had, 10 to 8?
Yep.
10 to 8. Yep.
Basically needed that steel and disc to tie.
Jason just came out swinging, puffed his chest, and still took the W. I mean, Alex did too, but
Yeah.
I've been trying to get people to jump categories for a while now, so I'm glad it finally worked.
Yeah, we stayed on there for one too many times.
What was your category one? Like
Just titles.
what would you call it? Oh, it was just titles.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can be very specific, very generic. I really just got to go where the discs take me.
Yep.
And one of the rounds was all discs, so I try to mix that in now and then just to keep you guys on your toes.
Just to screw with us. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Alex, Corey, Randy, Jaimen, and our special guest, Jason. And speak up on that.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Pat.
Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
We didn't have time during regular recording, so here is last week in disc golf, March 11th through 17th. Monday, March 11th, Bridgeport Monday doubles. We had a tie for first between Mike Sheets and Kyle Lumsden, tied Chris Schofield and Elliot DeLapp at -5. Prospect Park doubles. We had a tie for second, Tim Martino and Nicholas Alcatraz at Cats, and Eric Dool and Jay Gorsage, both teams shot -6, and Robert Gersman and Jacob Williams took it at -8. Tuesday, March 12th, J-Dubs Points Championship, pre-dubs, this is not official. They had a tie for third between Eric Bassenbrook and Jason Lasasso. They tied Dennis Daly and Corey Cook at -7. And we also had a tie at first place between Tim Martino and Thomas Rascona, who tied Jay Gorsage and Keating at -8. Wednesday, March 13th, Deadbeat Doubles had 7 players. They shot a yellow front, white back. Antonio Albert and Chris Lucier shot a disappointing -13. Shen Creek Dubs, we had a 5-way tie for second place between Todd Lorenz and Jirapat K, Justin Matthews and Robert Gerstmann, Jeremy Million and Joe Karen, Jeff Wachowski as Callie, and Charles Gordon and Tyler Calzada all shot -7 behind Jay Gorsage and Ryan Travis 148343, who shot a -10 to win it. Also, Jirapat got an ace on hole 3. Thursday, CPS Thursday Dubs, they played whites, had 32 players show up, and Joe Jaskolka and Adam Nelson set the course record for whites with a 19 down without any aces. Bridgeport Thursday Handicap, Elliot DeLapp shot a -8. Last Chance Sunset Spa Dubs at Saratoga Spa State Park. Third place was Bill Conine and Matthew Cubitt, shot -9 for third place. And there was a tie for first between Tim Farley, Levi V, and Cody Conine and Joe Karen. Both teams shot -11. And This Beat Club Year 2, Week 2 played at Central Park Schenectady from the White Tees. Fourth place got 10 points, Joe Steffen. Greg Kurtz came in third for 11 points. Kevin Kroenke in second got 12 points, and John Furman won it with 13 points. Top 5 for the season. There's a tie for fifth at 13 between John Furman and Justin Winter. Fourth place, Jordan Johns has 16 points. Kevin Kroenke in third with 18 points. Greg Kurtz in second with 18.5, and your leader through 2 weeks with 19 points, John Steffen. Friday, SPW had doubles league. Third place, Robert Gerstmann and Dennis Daly shot a -2, and we had a tie for first between Ryan Yadow and Jacob Williams and Matt and Jeremy Million. They shot -5. Saturday, Bridgeport Singles League. The B pool, Michael Morin shot an even par to win that, and Elliot DeLapp shot +1 to win the A pool. Prospect Park Doubles had a 3-way tie for third. Kevin Wen and Daryl Menton, Justin Muccelli and Austin Swartout, and Josh Weinstock and Adam Nelson all shot -11. And there was also a tie for first at -12 between Matt and Adam Selman and Kyle Moore and Chad Iron Dies Mendraza. Glen Falls Disc Golf Tags at Jenkinsville. We had a tie for third between Jace Carter and Jonathan Klingler. They both shot +1. John Furman came in second at even, and George Brown had the hot round at -1. Port Jervis Disc Golf Club Bag Tag League at Riverside Course. Second annual St. Patty's Day Riverside Cup. Third place was Kenneth Wallow at +4. Second place, Peter A. Milan at -2, and Brian Heller shot a -4 to win it. Sunday, March 17th, Norbrook Random Dubs had a 3-way tie for third between Lindsey Ruff and Josh Smith, Jake Furmander and Trevor Marcotte, and Dylan Johnson playing Cali. They all shot -4. Second place at -8, Winter Thorne Canellis and Carter Thorne Canellis. And your winners at -11 was Stefan and James Bress. Long Island Sunday Doubles, ABC pairings, layout was GOBE plus 3A Blue. Filth Raskinator and Argyro Zayatis shot a -11. And we had a tie for first at -12 with Andrew Weber, who was Cali, and Brian Wisher and Billy F. Discap Sunday Tags at Shannon Taha had 15 players. We had a tie for second between Charles Gordon and Tyler Gannon at +2. And Daryl Menton was your winner at -1. And finally, Wedge 2024 Winter League Week 9, run by John J.P. Hafner. Mixed Amateur 2, we had a 3-way tie for first at 67 between Dalton Bryant, Simon Ramon, and Mark Affeck. Women's Amateur 1, second place was Kristen McDonald, and Kat Cha-Cha came in first. Mixed Amateur 1, we had a tie for second at 61 between Jimmy O'Connell and Elijah Morgan, and your winner with a 56, Sean Ryan. Mixed Pro Open, third place, Justin Muccelli shot a 57, John J.P. Hafner with a 56, and your winner at a 55, Don Bucco. And that is your last week in disc golf.